Good morning, everybody. Dobro utro. Well, how about that one? Huh? And welcome, everybody, to my session of tips and tricks. So now, let's see. Who is using Excel 365 over here? Well, most of them. Wow, good. And 2016, still 2016, a few of them. Okay, so what about 2013? No, in 2010, I won't ask them anymore. Okay, welcome anymore. I'm going to show you a lot of tips and tricks from my practice, what I've seen. A lot of maybe well-known tips, I don't know. Something new, something old, something borrowed, and something blue. Ken tells me, I don't know if you know this expression. Who knows this expression in Bulgaria over here? Yep. They know this expression, Ken, so now I have to be careful. They know what it is. So, with further ado, let's start with few of these tips and tricks. It's not in any particular order, and let's see, this is the one that I have been asked quite often. How do I create a dummy database? For example, a customer comes to me and he says, you know, I need to have a dashboard. I say, okay, I can make a dashboard for you. It's like with transaction dates, you know, and product, and salesperson, and amount. But of course, the amount should be also normally distributed as well. Okay, so that is not a problem. Please give me the sheet and I'll make a nice dashboard for you. Well, cannot do because it's all secret. Well, then I'm in trouble, right? So I have to come up with some sort of a dummy dashboard, dummy database. So I'll show you how to create a dummy dashboard here, or dummy database. First of all, this is the first function I will use, and that's the normal inv rand 80-20. 80 means the value, and 10 means the distribution. So this is a really nice function. So I'm going to actually now create a dummy line, which I will copy all the way down until line, let's say, 10,000. So let's say we have 4 products, right? Audio, video, and other. So I will use the function choose. Well, this is probably for some people new, but this is already existing quite a long time. And I can enter a index number over here. Now the index number that I want to enter is, if I have 3 products, it could be 1, 2, or 3. There is a function that can generate this number for you. Does anybody know what function that is? It's rand between. So rand between 1, 2, 3. And then let's enter some descriptions like audio, we have video, and we have, let's say, computer. And there we have video. Okay, so now let's do something with salespersons. Maybe I have 4 salespersons. I can copy this just over here. And let's say I have 4 salespersons. What do I need to change over here? Probably the 3. Going to change into the 4. And let's come up with some names over here, okay? So let's come up with very short names, like Ken, you know, that's very short, right? Right? Yeah, it was not very short, but anyway, I'll do my name honor as well, right? And, well, I'm looking at the only lady here in our group, so let's put her in there as well, huh? So, who is else for... Okay, let's do Joelle, okay. So now we have 4 persons. And there she is, right? How about that one, eh? You're chosen at random, eh? So now I ask the customer, okay, so what about the transaction dates? Yeah, I want to see them, let's say, from the 1st of January 2018 until the 31st of December 2019. Wow. How shall I do that now for the dates? Anybody, any idea how to do that? Yeah, of course, it will be rand between. That one is that we have learned so far, rand between. Put on the affix so I can watch what it looks like. So the bottom date, you would probably say 1/1/2018, right? Is that a clever way to do that? No, why not? Because it's actually not 1 dividing by 1 divided by 2018, so we should actually use the function date. Who has a date? You all have a date with me today. Okay, so how do I put the date in here? Well, I can enter here just date, but let's suppose you want to pick out the date over here. Let's suppose you want to have a function within a function using this function wizard. You can't do that. Let's suppose it's not over there, because you can see only the 10 last functions over here. Let's go to more functions. You can just type over here date, go and look for, and there it is, date. Okay, so now I'm in the function wizard of date, you see? And it's already being parsed into the function formula bar. So now I have to just answer the question, what is the year? 2018, the month is 1, and the day is 1. Now don't press OK, because you're going to prematurely exit the rand between function. You have to continue with the rand between function. So how do you continue? Click on rand between in the formula bar. Most people don't know that. See, I'm back in the rand between function. So let's go to the top function, okay? Let's pick up the date. Let's get a date. Huh? So the year is 2019, and the month will be December, so that's 12. The day will be 31, and there you have it. The 10th of May, 2019. So now I've created a dummy line. So of course now I need to basically copy this line all the way down until we get until line 8000, right? Or whatever it is. So how do we do that? Most people you say, let's go to the fill handle over here, let's drag it down until we're there, right? So they're like, okay, go away, I'm busy. No, we have to do the report very quickly. You can do this very quickly by doing Control-C. We see the marching ants, the running ants. Now let's go to the name box over here. The name box you're going to type in the destination. The destination will be A3, colon, let's say 5000 now for matters sakes. Press enter, and you're done. See? It can be done that easily. And of course, yeah, they're all formulas. I know, they're all formulas, obviously, right? So I don't want to have them to change them all the time. So I need to actually convert them into values. So how to do that? Well, maybe Control-A, select the whole table. It's not really a table, but the whole area. And then use your mouse. Sometimes people like using their mouse. It's a white cross. Let's go to let's say the right area over here. It changes into a white arrow. And then press the right-hand mouse key. Drag it to the right, drag it to the left, release it, and copy here as values only. And there you have it. You're done. And of course, you need to change it into a table. And of course, we know how to change it into a table, which is Control-T, or if you want to see here, home, format as a table, and select one over there. And there you have it. See? And you can use this for your pivot tables, whatever. So creating a dashboard is not so difficult. And if you look at the values over here, see, we have different values from 41. They're all nicely spread out. Okay, so that one is the first one. Now let's go to a presentation, a nice presentation like this one. I know we have Boris coming up. You know Boris, the PowerPoint guy. He does a lot of Excel presentations or PowerPoint presentations. And I think he's going to show you also how to do a presentation in Excel. I'm not quite sure if it's only PowerPoint. Where's Boris? He's there. I'm robbing your show, Boris. Well, anyway, I don't know. So this is a nice presentation. People say, yeah, it's a nice presentation. It shows you the cost category, cost center, allocation of cost using direct cost. Nice and all and well. So this is all in English. But let's suppose you had to do this in German, of Deutsch. Yeah, you see? It's already been translated immediately into German. Or in my country, it's Netherlands, so it's already been translated into Netherlands. So how did I do that? Has anybody any idea how to do that? Is there any macros in there? Any macros? Maybe you were thinking about macros, but I'm sorry, there are no macros in there. There is a translation function, this lady says to me, okay, I don't know if there's translation. Well, I'll show you. I opened the bucket over here and see what's in store over here. Let's go to View. Let's go to Grid Lines and Headings. I'll show you what I have over here. Ooh. I have indeed a translation over here, very simple. So the Dutch ones, right? Just the names. The German ones, of course, you have to look it up maybe in Google, right? English ones. But yeah, how about this one here? Has anybody ever worked with this drop-down box? Who has worked with this drop-down box? Yeah, just a few of them. You know, it's over here under Developers. Go into Insert, go to Form Controls. So you can just actually draw this form controls, but you have to fill the form controls with the list. Now, the list has already been here. Here's the list. The list has a name, List Languages. And you have to have a cell to refer to this list. It's called Counter Languages. So what I did is basically draw this element, this control element, right-click, do Format Control, and then indeed it will ask you for the input range, which is the list of languages, and the celling is then the counter of languages. So when I select here, for example, select again English, the counter will now change into a 3, so which is the third selection out of the list, see? So now I can misuse this for, or abuse this for something else, which is this helper column over here. So this helper column use the function offset. Whoa. Has anybody used the function offset? Offset, okay, right. Well, in Dutch it's called verschuiving. Well, you have to use your throat for that one. And in German it's called Bereich dot verschieben. So you have to, okay. You know, every language, each his own, but yeah, sometimes the function become very long. But anyway, so what does the offset function do? It will, well, just push the fx over here to see what it does. We have to start at the cell where we are, which is AA4, go 0 rows down, so stay on the one you're on, which is still AA4, and go so many columns to the right as counter languages will indicate, which is 3. So in this case, it will pick up 1, 2, 3, so it will pick up this nice description. No, that's all there is to it. And then you start drawing some nice pictures, right? Like with the forms, you know, about the text boxes, right? You did it already in kindergarten, drawing some lines, right? You do the same here, and like filling with the nice colors. And basically, this one refers to equals AA4. You just type equals and go to the cell that you want, and then it will fill it with the names. And that's all there is to it. And then, of course, at the end of the story, you go to View and have the grid lines and headings gone, and you have a nice presentation, huh? So we don't need any PowerPoint anymore, right? Boris left the room. I don't see him anymore. Well, anyway, good. This is just joke aside, right? So now something else over here. Yeah, a customer comes to me and says, okay, we have like this evaluation with products, right? Certain products are a defect or not available or the wrong product or something like that. This could be like an evaluation out of a big database, right? He says, okay, I want to see maybe a nice histogram, you know, with these nice boxes and these nice lines. So like, wow, yeah, I think Excel 2016 can do that, right? Has anybody ever used that before? Besides Ken and... Well, it's over here under Insert, and we have here, I think it's called Insert Statistic Chart. Well, maybe you're going to be afraid about that one. Just open this fellow over here, and hey, what is this here? Wow, it's already there. I haven't done anything, just like that, see? So it's already been sorted. I don't have to do anything. You see, because this is not in any particular sort. I mean, here we have defects, but over here the second column, see? And wrong product is the biggest one. So I didn't do anything. People probably think you have to sort it first on an element or a number. No, you don't have to do it. It's automatically being done by the chart. So this is a very easy tip. So if you have Excel 2016, and of course further, and most people have, you can create these charts. And a picture is, of course, better than 1,000 or a million words. And Boris will tell you that later, right? I'm introducing you already, Boris, for your next session. Anyway, so this is a nice chart that people can understand. Now, another question is from the accounting department, obviously. They download from SAP. Who's using SAP or another ERP system, right? They download their trial balances. Of course, it's much bigger than this. They have account number, amounts, and many other columns. But let's suppose it looks like this. And they download this for January. So it's in the sheet January. And so they have one in February, March, April, May, etc. So every month we have one. And of course, you have to be careful. The account numbers are not always in the same order and sequence. There are certain months that certain numbers, account numbers, do not appear. Okay, so what's the question then? So the controller comes to me and says, okay, actually we want to have something like this. All the account numbers from last month, according to our chart of accounts, and of course, with our timeline like that. So I can see and can compare the different numbers, so I can easily spot if they are off or, and even maybe I can make a nice spark line. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Has anybody any idea how to do this? Is it like this cell is this cell over here? Well, it becomes difficult, right? Well, maybe let's do a VLOOKUP. Anybody know VLOOKUP? Well, it's not an XLOOKUP, but okay, let's do a VLOOKUP. Let's suppose we do it only for January, okay? So equals VLOOKUP. I always use actually the function wizard. I like the function wizard. Most people are just typing the text and whatever. I don't use it. Why am I a fan of the function wizard? Because you don't have to open the brackets, the parentheses. You don't have to close it. You don't have to use what we call the semicolon, right, or the comma in the United States. You don't have to use the quotes. So actually there are a lot of advantages in using the function wizard, and it will focus your attention to what you need to answer, right? So you need to answer the question, what lookup value are you looking for? This one, right? I'm going to copy it all the way to the right, so I have to fix it on the, row or column? Column, so $B4. No hashtags in here, eh? So the table array is, of course, here in January. So let's put AB, right? And also fix that on both columns. It will be the second column, so the column index is 2, and the range lookup is? False. Well, too much typing. False of German. Onwaar in Dutch. So in all language is 0, right? So, okay, so there it is, the 200. Yeah, it would be nice if I can change this January part, and point it towards this cell C3, right? So it would be nice if I could get rid of this and point towards this cell C3. If I press enter, what would happen? Error. It doesn't know what it is. Because you need to compose this with the function indirect. Who has used indirect? Some people have used indirect. So what I do is I will actually put the function indirect in front of this here. Indirect, open brackets, and of course closing brackets. Will this be okay? No, it will not be okay. Once you start working with indirect, you always have to see which is the variable part, which is this C3, and which is the fixed part. You have to concatenate that. And concatenate means using the ampersand character. It's like that. And the rest, exclamation sign in A and B, is like fixed text, so you have to put that between quotes, like that. And I think that's it. Sorry. Yep. And there's the 200, so I think this would be the function. So, but you have to be careful. Now I'm going to copy this all the way to the right and all the way downwards. I see people doing like this, go to the right, go down. They can go be quicker. Let's do the shift. Also, shift click over here. It has gone, right? So it has to be fixed on the row. Good that somebody's watching me. Huh? Very good. The big brother is watching me. Huh? The big brother is watching me. So let's suppose this is the correct function now. Let's do shift everything over here. Click in the formula bar, and then Control Enter, and there we have it. And of course, there are some months that are not available yet, ref and stuff like that. So how can we prevent that one? If error. And then comma or semicolon. Oh, just a second. 0. Control Enter, and there we have it. And now you can even make a nice spark line, right? Where's the spark line? Anybody use the spark lines over here? Oh, just a few of them. Okay, so insert line here, line. The data range is this one, for example, okay? There we have it. You can do a high point and a low point, copy it all the way down, and there we have it, your trial balances next to each other by month. So how about that one? Can you use this? I think so. I use it all the time, because these trial balances are downloaded in separate sheets. You have to be careful that the names of the sheets obviously are the same as the one in your timeline, right? So I've called this one, for example, March, M-A-R. It should be M-A-R here as well, okay? Now, this is also a nice one here. One of the customers asked me something to draw up a timeline with some sales, and then there are certain promotions in on certain dates. So as you can see, we have a promotion here on 11th of November. So this one becomes all of a sudden orange, right? And if I would put one over here, you see what happens? Oh, wow. How did we do that? Basically, it's done like this. We do insert a line chart, and then change the design, change chart type, and go to the, I think it's called combo. And the promo one, you change it into a bar thing. No, not cluster column. Sales must be the line, and the promo must be the bar. And use a secondary axis, and there you have it. See, that's all there is to it. And of course, this one you can, if you want to, can make this hidden, as a matter of fact. So that's what I did. So we have actually, indeed, a line chart and a stacked bar chart, so to speak, with a secondary column. So now we have a flexible chart. You can change the promotion periods over here, see, or just get rid of them. And you can use this during a formal presentation, right? You have a formal presentation. You're going to talk with your people about certain days that the promotion will be going on. And right on the fly, you can do this in Excel. Can you do this in PowerPoint? Boris, I'm just teasing you, right? Okay, you probably cannot do it in PowerPoint, okay. Yes, good. Now, what do we have over here? Ah, yeah. This is also another nice chart. We have some kind of periods here, January, February, etc. Each year, each month, right, with the sales. But anyway, we only want to show the last 6 months. So in this case, it's running from June until October, right? And well, it doesn't work here. Let's skip this one. It has to do with the settings. I'm not going to show this one. Let's show a different one. Okay, this is another one that people have asked me all the time about working with tables. Who is working with tables already? Not so. Yeah, let's say 50% is working with tables. So some people don't even know what tables are. They say, this is a table, right? Oh, there's a table, right? Okay, but anyway, not a table in Excel. Let's show that on this example of here. Let's say we have region East, West, North, and South, and some months over here, right, with some sales numbers. So let's suppose somewhere in the report you would like to see for a special region. The region is North, right? And it's then, for example, this April 19th, okay? April 19th. So what's the sales, right? So later on, of course, we're going to make some data validation boxes for the regions and for the dates. I'm just typing it in now. So what function can I use to find the sales? Index, and then combination with? Match. Okay, it's a match. Okay. So, well, obviously, this is not a table yet. People say, yeah, maybe it's nice and wise to have a table if I have new regions adding on to it or new periods coming on. I want to have this in a table, so let's put this in a table. So home, formed as a table, and there we have it. My table is headers. Okay, let's give the name data sales, for example. So you have to remember one thing. If you convert this into a table, something happens magically behind the scenes. Sorry? Yes. This gentleman tells me, and maybe you have not expected that, the dates in my first line, which were a date, are not a date anymore. So you thought you had a date, but all of a sudden, the date doesn't show up. Sometimes it happens in real life as well, you know. So all you need is love. Well, no love for you, that date, right? But anyway, so we're going to have to work on this to make it a date. So what are we going to do now? I think you have to create a helper cell. So maybe let's put over here date, date, another date, second round, a new date coming up. So what function can I use to convert this cell here, which was a real date, into a text date? The function text. So the function text for which value? This one. And it should look like with the 3 characters of the month, so it will be, I think, MMM, right? A dash, and then the year. I have the American notation. For me, is it YY? In Holland, it will be JJ. I didn't do any other stuff. I press OK, and now it's done. You see, by the alignment, it's already a so-called date text, if you want, or text date. And you see, I use the function wizard. It puts the quotes in there automatically, so I didn't do that myself. So now I'm in business. Let's create the index function. And sometimes people are hesitant on using the index function because they know, oh, we have a match, and we have another match coming up. Well, let's use the function wizard for that one. So equals index, fx. Always use the first option. So now you have to answer the question. First, show me the array. It's not the dynamic array, just the table. Well, actually, if you go to the left upper corner over here, diagonally over here, click, and another click. So 2 times clicks. It now tells you data sales, which is the name of the table. Between square brackets, hashtag all, it means the whole table. Okay, that's question number 1. Now comes question number 2. In which row do I have to look for? Well, it depends, you know, which region it is. If it's north, you probably have to go on to the 1, 2, 3, to the 4th position. So I don't know, I cannot just type in 4. I have to use the match function. So I'm going to go to this part of Excel and pick up the match function. And now I have to answer this question. I have to find the north, this cell, and the lookup array is what it is, just vertically. Click on the edge, click again on the edge, so it picks up A1 through A5. And it types for you data sales, hashtag, all brackets, square brackets, this whole bunch, I don't have to type in, it does it for me. The match type is, again, 0. So it finds, okay, it's the 4th row, done. Now I need to continue with the index portion because I need to find the column number. Again, click with your mouse on the index function in the formula bar. Click, see, I'm back again. So now answer the 3rd one. Which column number? I don't know, but match will help me to get a match. And now I'm picking up this converted date, right? And the lookup array will be over here, horizontally. Click. Match type will be 0, and there you have it. Now you're done. So now you have written this fancy formula, and everybody will be flabbergasted. Of course, I didn't type anything in it, right? I just point and shoot, point and shoot, point and shoot. And so the power is in your hands, ladies and gentlemen, because maybe you were flabbergasted this morning with the VLOOKUP and the dynamic arrays, but don't forget the power that's already in your, in your chest, in your discovery. Huh? You have to rediscover it again. Some people say, oh, this is something new, right? The tables. Well, it was already there in, I think, 2007 or so. 2007, we had the tables already there. And the index function? When was the index function? Well, I think it was 1993. Yeah, 1993. That was when Jurassic Park was seen on the big screen. I know, because I started my company in 1993, so it was already there. So use those functions. Huh? Okay. So now, do we still have time? Still have time. 5 minutes, wow. Okay, so now the waterfall. Who has used the waterfall? So maybe you have like this P&L thing, right? So you think, oh, let's highlight all of this here. And I've heard about the waterfall. Insert waterfall. Is that the waterfall? No. That's the one. Here's the one. Waterfall. Well, it doesn't really look like the one that I've created, right? Now, the ones that needs to be, let's say, start from 0, you have to double-click on that one. So click, click, and then right-click, I think. Right-click, and then do set as total, see? So click, click here. Right-click, set as total. So you have to do that for each and every one of these bold figures, so to speak. So you have to do that for sales, gross margin, EBITDA, income, and result, and it looks like this. Most people don't know this. They say, oh, here's the waterfall. No, it has to start with from 0. Huh? So then you have got a real waterfall. So this is, a nice strip. Let's see what I have over here. Yep. We're going to do all of that. Oh, yeah, this one, yeah? A nice chart, right? But we don't want to show the numbers. So let's hide all the numbers now, right? We don't have to see them now. Let's do hide. Oops. It's black. We didn't pay our fee for the TV. Well, actually, you did, but you have to click on the chart over here, go to Chart Tools, go to, I think it's Design. That's hidden somewhere. Go to Select Data, go to Hidden and Empty Cells, go to Show Data in Hidden Rows and Columns. Yes. Ok. Ok. And now you can hide it, and it's fine, see? Well, I know, I don't know why they've hidden so far, but you can do that, huh? So now maybe we can have one tip more for you, and this one, I guess, where we close it off more or less. It's almost Christmas time, right? Some people say, oh, well, you have these chocolate boxes, where you open each window. It's like 25 windows until Christmas. Some people say, no, I love Excel, so let's do it in Excel, right? So everyone plays Excel game, and everyone, we come closer to where we want to be. And let's, go up. So this slider, or this spinner, can be built using developers, insert, and it's called scroll bar. You draw the scroll bar, right-click it, format control. Let's have a minimum value of 5, maximum value of 100, incremental change 5. Let's go to this cell, which is H4. That's all there is to it, and the rest is conditional formatting. So when you continue, the tension builds up, and the rest is actually just drawings in Excel, right? Because I mean, these are just blocks, see? Nothing's particular. Huh? This is just a line and conditional formatting. Huh? So if you look over here, home, conditional formatting, manage rules. You see, very simple. So you can do the math on that one. So click, click, click. And now it's Merry Christmas to you all, okay? So I hope you enjoyed my tips and tricks. If you have any questions, you can always write to me, and I will send you the file, okay? So thank you very much.
We have time for two questions to Tony, if you have.
Okay, I had my birthday last week. What is my age? Okay. Oh.
Do you have questions? No?
No. Well,
thank you, Tony.
Yeah. Thank you.